Hello and welcome to It's Time to Talk. My name's Anthony.
And I'm Andrew.
So today we'll be talking about the blizzard of 2013, also known as Nemo.
We're going to find Nemo.
We're going to find Nemo. We'll also be talking about the Pope and North Korea. So let's start it off with the blizzard.
Damn it, my phone.
Oh my God, what a blizzard.
That was a lot of snow, very fast.
I believe the rates that they pulled off were 2 to 3 inches an hour, which is ridiculous. That's like saying, okay, there's nothing here well, you can't see that. There's nothing here right now. There's nothing there right now. And 2 inches later, 2 hours later, it's like there. That is ridiculous. Yeah. That is a heading on an MLA style paper. That's how much snow.
Seeing as you just wrote an essay.
Seeing I just wrote an essay.
No, there was like, the number was like 30 inches for Massachusetts or something like that within a matter of 24 hours?
Yeah, we capped out, I think 30 was I think 28.7.
No, it was 31.8 in Framingham was the highest for the state.
There you go. And then I believe New Hampshire got slammed too. Just anyone in New England got slammed.
The lowest number I saw was Rhode Island that got 29 inches.
29. That's nothing. It's like more than 2 feet.
That's under 2 feet. 2 feet's 24 inches.
29.
I'm an idiot.
He can do math, folks. But so there was a lot of major issues with that. I mean, obviously, there was a lot of power outages. It allotted as much power outages as Hurricane Sandy.
I lost nothing.
I didn't either. I don't know where people lost power. I didn't lose power during the hurricane.
I went out, I bought battery backups, I had everything charged, and nothing happened.
Yeah, once I started seeing all the things, I'm like, oh, I might as well just plug everything in, and...
Had nice fully charged equipment by the end of the night.
Exactly. I feel like I just killed my battery somewhere.
I just wasted power.
You had power to kill.
I did.
You took it out in some minions? You had power? Mm-hmm. Like that kind of power?
It was Despicable Me, this storm.
Anyways, So
what did you do to pass the time during the storm?
Well, I played Pokemon a lot of Pokemon. I am now winning our bet between us. For those of you who don't know, I think I mentioned this in the last one.
I don't think we brought it up.
No, I don't think we did. So we're in a bet, Andrew and I and a couple other people. Whoever could beat the original Pokemon first wins. $5 from all the losers. There's 5 people in the game.
It's $25 for the winner.
Actually, it's 5. 5 from all the losers would be 4. Because there has to be one winner.
Well, there is 5. Sorry, 20.
It's $20. Anyways, so that's what I did to pass the time. I made it pretty far. I now only need 30 more Pokemon and I win.
6 people.
So what did you do?
Passed a lot of time. I watched the new Bourne movie.
How was that?
I liked it. It was pretty good. I mean, I didn't think it would be good without Matt Damon in it, but Jeremy Renner did a pretty good job. Once I was over, just kind of played a little bit of Minecraft and messed around on the computer for a little bit.
Notice how he said messed around on the computer.
No.
Wink. Anyways, so that the blizzard, I believe, goes down in the record book somewhere in the top 5. I think it's number 3.
It was somewhere around, it was the same amount of snowfall as Blizzard
78.
The only difference is we just were prepared for it. I mean...
I know. Now let's think about this. In 78, when cell phones weren't really prevalent at all, they were saying that, my parents were always telling me that there are people stuck in their cars for days on the highways.
There's people just driving to work on snowmobiles and stuff like that just so they could keep going.
But this time, Massachusetts did it right. They issued a driving and parking ban that wasn't lifted until 4 p.m. the next day.
Yeah, if you drove, it was a year in jail and a $500 fine, I believe.
I mean, and it got the job done. There was no one on the roads until that ban was lifted.
The best part is actually right after I read that, I saw 2 cars drive right down the road.
I think the relevance of that was irrelevant.
I thought it was just ironic.
Anyways, but New York, I saw a picture.
New York got slammed and they weren't ready.
Well, New York, they didn't even issue the ban. So they had a highway that was completely covered in snow and cars and traffic.
Yeah, cars were buried out there.
They were. So, like I said, top 3 storm, Nemo found us.
Actually, the other best part about this was the amount of snow, you can just jump off the roof, do some flips, and enjoy yourself. That's actually how I spent most of my Saturday.
That is how we spent most of his Saturday, considering I watched it on Facebook. He did backflips off of a trash barrel?
Yeah, that's one of them.
Or
and then I
recycling
started doing trash barrel. And then I went over to the roof, started doing that way. It was really cold, but really fun.
I had a shovel off my roof. There was a solid 2 feet of snow.
And
the thing is, when you're on a roof, it's not like you can start on the side and go in.
You have to work your way up.
No, you can't even work your way up. The shingles, because they go down.
Yeah.
So you have to go down the roof. So I can't tell you how many times I dropped my shovel off my roof because I was shoveling. I almost fell off my roof a couple times, which I guess wouldn't have been a bad idea considering the pile was at least 8 feet tall.
I mean, we had some friends who fell off a wall.
Yeah, he has a giant bruise on his knee now.
Did he?
Yeah, it's pretty funny, actually. I laughed at him for a good 5 minutes. I was like, you're an idiot. Why?
And then the other upside to this was the nice day we spent sledding on Sunday.
That's true. We have this massive hill in my backyard, and it's massive. It's pretty elusive, too. It makes it look like you're going to hit into a pine tree. Andrew, how would you grade that hill?
It was very fun. I mean, you could pick up some speed pretty fast. You got pretty far, but I mean, it got very cold very fast. Because we were hanging around with some people.
We are in the middle of winter, and you didn't have a hat.
I didn't.
And you had sweatpants.
I did.
And
no, I had jeans on.
It wasn't helping.
I also got tackled in the snow, which didn't help. But then,
that was pretty funny.
No, the funny part was burying Alex.
Yes, burying him. That was pretty funny. So, next we're going to start talking about the Pope. So, as you all may have heard, the Pope is resigning, which is the first time it has ever happened in about 600 years.
The Vatican also got struck by lightning.
600 years. So, Andrew, what is your outtake on this? Why do you think he would resign?
Couldn't tell you. I mean, it's probably one of those things you just kind of wants to enjoy himself, really can't handle the pressure that's been put on him from doing this or something along those lines.
Now, is it that he can't handle the pressure or he needs to get out of the kitchen?
Although I actually saw the greatest tweet yesterday. Someone put it on Facebook, and it was like a screen cap, and it was from the God Twitter. And it was, you know what, I think I'm just going to resign too. And that one made me laugh a little bit.
I'm sure. But, so how they do Pope, re-elect the Pope, if I remember correctly, it's the black smoke means they're still looking, and the white smoke is they actually found one.
I want to say it's the other way around.
Is it the other way around?
I want to say, yeah.
Can we check sources on that? I think it's the other way.
Can we check sources on that stuff?
Well, while they're checking sources on that.
What color smoke do they have? What are the smoke signals? White is they have it?
White. So white.
You were right.
I was right. So white is where they actually have the smoke, and they all burn their ballots. And basically, they lock themselves in the cathedral in St. Petersburg, correct? And yeah, after they lock themselves in there, they all sit there and vote for each other, and they don't leave until there is a victor.
So one thing I saw is apparently they're making a show called The Next Top Pope for. Like they're trying to like follow and figure out how they're picking the
I haven't
Pope.
heard about that. Keep going. Explain that to me.
I don't even like. I forget who it was. I think it was ABC Family is making it. It's kind of just like America's Next Top Model, but with the Pope, and like they're just gonna kind of follow around like the candidates or something like that. It may not be true, but it was something I heard.
That's a little ridiculous. Why, in the right mind, someone would actually,
why would you follow around Honey Boo Boo?
Make a TV show of it? Exactly. I question a lot of the shows on any of the television stations as for today. But us, we're pretty realistic, legit, and yeah. But I mean, the Pope, really.
That's just one of the, I think that's one of those positions. I mean, that's fulfilled till you die. I mean.
That's what I mean. Everyone, all of their positions, they're all in there until they just pass. They just die. I mean. I don't know why someone wants to resign. I mean, the Pope, what he has as like a person is he can get pretty much everything he wants, whenever he's the Pope. I don't even know how else to word it.
I mean, to the Catholic religion, he's basically the highest power that exists on earth, and I mean, like, he kind of can do whatever he needs to and go wherever he needs to, just as a kind of religious trip. I don't know how to explain it, but
yeah, I mean, he is the religious leader of the world.
Well, The Catholic world.
The Catholic world. Anyways, now we're going to move to something.
Maybe he just forgot how to speak Italian.
You didn't. We're going to move to something that's, you probably heard about it. It's not as revealing as the Pope, but it's much more important. North Korea. They have recently launched their third nuclear test underground.
You're going to have to fill me in on this one. I missed this story.
So I pretty much explained it. They launched their third nuclear bomb testing underground, which is pretty scary that now another country in the world has nuclear weapons. And I mean, let alone we're still probably the greatest superpower in the world, but
there shouldn't even be a probably there.
We're not on good terms with them.
Well,
no one's on good terms.
I'm not too worried about them because do you remember their first missile test that went straight up and right back down and blew up? Not too worried.
And how long ago was that, Andrew?
A few months.
So the other thing that's scary is they're progressing. And what they're doing is they're planning on launching a satellite into space that can actually shoot one, that can shoot missiles to pretty much anywhere in the world that they want. Now that's a scary thought.
Just shoot it down.
Just shoot it down. But then counter missiles. Counter missiles. We need to increase our warfare. So this is a segment that we like to call Big Weapons. Andrew, what is a big weapon?
A weapon that is quite large.
Like?
A tank.
A tank.
A scorpion.
Scorpion.
Mongoose. Warthog.
Mongoose. Warthog. We're not playing Halo. Anyways, those big weapons, they're scary. But basically take any of those weapons, apply it to North Korea with a little bit of Korean power, and launch it into space. That's scary.
Just remember, we're the ones who developed the nuclear bomb. And
yes.
I think that as long as we just kind of ride that.
As he quotes, we are going to ride that.
No.
Ride that. Exactly how you hear it. Exactly how you hear it, folks.
I mean, if Korea starts developing these nukes that they're testing right now, I mean, we know how to make these atomic bombs and just basically show that if you guys want to try anything, this is what's coming for you.
I think this whole thing is just proving towards that we're going to have, World War III is bound to happen now at one point, with North Korea just being all angry at everyone and stuff.
It's not, realistically, I doubt it's going to be a world war. Korea's not really much of an army that you have to worry about, and I'm pretty sure one country could take them down easily. I don't think it's really like Nazi Germany that was expanding and getting a big following.
So if it's one country that's being taken down easily, we're one country.
We're also a very big superpower. Korea is not as...
They're up there.
From a technological standpoint, though, I mean, we're much more advanced, so it's not going to be very hard for us to be able to fight them down.
But now from a nuclear standpoint, they're progressing. Progress is scary if it's not us.
It's not us. Yeah.
I mean...
From now on, all wars should be fought in Call of Duty.
Sure. And who's funding all the Xboxes?
Treyarch.
Treyarch. So Treyarch is going to fund all...
Treyarch Studios, if you're watching, 19 million Xboxes.
19 million Xboxes. So we're getting a strobe signal from outside.
Signaling that we're going to still carry on.
So the only thing with Korea is we never actually finished the war with Korea. We're still technically...
Technically, we never were at war with Korea.
No, technically we are at war with Korea.
There was never... Korea. Well, no, like in a technical sense, there was never... Like Congress never passed... We haven't been to war since World War II.
If I blow up your house, we're in war.
No, we have a conflict. We're not at war.
Or at
the United States hasn't declared war since World War II.
Disregarding what he says, we're never actually finished. No, we never actually signed the peace treaty of the war with Korea. We signed a no firing thing, like you don't shoot missiles at us, we won't shoot missiles at you.
You don't steal our candy, I don't steal yours.
Exactly, an eye for an eye. It's exactly what this is. That's the only thing that we have with them right now. I mean, they can break it, and we'll just fly in and go all pew from
Send
the
in
plane.
Bruce Willis.
I don't think Bruce Willis will do anything.
Mark
He's my
Wahlberg?
favorite bedtime hero, though. I mean, then if we go into a World War III, it's almost bound to be a nuclear war. I mean, what else would it be? We're running out of weapons warfare without having progress. And I mean, if all the countries that we have with us are nuclear strong, then...
We should just start having MMA fights to solve wars.
Again, Andrew's method to solve the war.
Have one person get a black eye, or 100,000 people get nuked.
I mean, what if this nuclear war happens tomorrow and it's just done tomorrow? Like, what if we all just blow up because North Korea is all like, oh, let's kill the Americans and just kill us?
That was a really bad impression.
I really don't care.
Now, if it was to end tomorrow, if the world was to end tomorrow, we will miss you, dear viewers. We love you.
Subscribe to us on YouTube.
We'll get to that later.
That's later. Anyways, so nuclear war. Exactly, nuclear war. Then after nuclear war is a nuclear winter. I really don't want more snow.
It's gonna snow Saturday.
Is it really?
Yeah. Another 2 to 3 inches.
Weather, you're doing it wrong.
Weather's doing it right. We haven't gotten any snow. I'm kind of thankful for it.
If it's supposed to snow 2 to 3 inches on Saturday, I really don't want to drive to both works and then
A valid point.
have a
there.
vacation week where we can't even have school off, even though we already have school off.
Yeah, you already have school.
Exactly. So it's like school off inception.
So what are you doing for this vacation? We talked about this, I know, but
I'm working a total of 90 hours.
sounds
I
fun.
calculated that out. You can see my work at one point if you ask.
If you
90
ask,
hours.
you may say.
90 hours of work. Is that legal for an 18-year-old?
You're over 18, yeah.
Okay.
There's no limit.
It's like 2 full-time jobs.
Yeah, full time's 45 minutes, right? I mean, 45 hours.
45 minutes.
45
Did
minutes
you know
a week.
everyone, we go to school, it's a full-time job. Every period.
We go to period, it's a full-time job.
Every period, it's a
All
full-time
right,
job.
you know what?
Now we're just rambling on.
Yeah.
So, blizzards. Blizzards, popes, and North Korea.
Nuclear winters,
Nuclear winters.
Xboxes,
Don't end up in a roadside ditch.
MMA.
Those are all of our reasons on why you think you should watch our show. So you should tune in next time when we talk about some other topic that has yet to be reviewed yet.
Everyone who watches our next show gets a free iPad. That's a lie.
Asterisk, asterisk. So
By free, I mean you can pay for one and it'll be free to you.
we'll pay
be
for
free to
the
me.
shipping.
I won't pay for any shipping because if you order it on Amazon, that means you have to pay for the shipping.
I'll pay
If you
$1
go to Apple,
towards
I'll cover
shipping.
the shipping.
So Andrew, you can sign us off. I'll do the YouTube one, but
All right, so thank you for watching, guys. If you liked what you saw, you can come like us on Facebook at facebook.com/WPMC. It's time to talk, and on YouTube at
YouTube is www.youtube.com/WPMCITT. That's
Subscribe.
ITT. You should subscribe. We'll post all of our weekly episodes up on there. The Facebook one won't get all of the episodes as much if we're over 20 minutes, which we are not
We're getting
today.
very
we're
close
at
right now. I mean, we're at
18:34, 5. Okay, thanks for watching and tune in next time.